Hi, everybody. It's Helen Panos, owner of Dynamis Learning, a K through 12 tutoring, SAT, ACT prep company, executive functioning. We are nationwide because we're mainly virtual. But I am talking today about skills that teens need to be successful. And it's real world skills that every teen needs. So let me ask you something. If your teen had to handle a stressful situation today, a conflict with a friend, a tough decision, or just managing their time, would they know what to do without you? A parent said something to me recently that really struck a chord. She said, "My teen is so smart, she makes straight A's. But the other day, she completely fell apart over something really small and minute. And I realized she doesn't know how to handle life without me." Well, that really kind of took the parent back. Then she asked her, the mom, the daughter asked her mom, did I miss something? The truth is, the mom's asking herself, did I miss something? The truth is no, because most parents don't really miss a lot. But we've been taught to focus more on academics, achievements, grades, performance, success. But what often gets overlooked, let's say, are the skills that are underneath it all. Emotional fitness, I call it. And because a teen can be academically strong, and we see a lot of them, uh, but it doesn't mean that they can handle stress, make decisions, or speak up for themselves. So we're seeing a lot that can't self advocate for themselves. Real life starts to feel overwhelming when they can't do that. You may be seeing this. At Dynamis, we call this building emotional fitness, the ability to handle challenges, navigate discomfort, and move forward with confidence. So today, I want to give you 3 simple tools that you can start using this week to build real world strength in your teen. The first tool is this. It's called pause, name, choose. When emotions are high, thinking is pretty low. So instead of trying to reason with your teen in the moment, you slow it all down. You pause. You take a breath, then help them name what that feeling is. So, in other words, are they frustrated, feeling frustrated? Are they feeling overwhelmed? And then choose. What's one small step that you can take next? That's what you ask them. And here's the key. Don't tell them to calm down. You need to model it. We tend to, as adults, say, just calm down, take a breath, right? So, hey, do it this way. Hey, let's pause for a second. What are you feeling right now? Explain that. That's how they learn to respond instead of react. The second tool is what we call the 3 options rule, one of my favorites. A lot of teens struggle with decision making, not because they're not capable, but because they're used to being told what to do. So here's the shift. Before you give advice, parents, they need to come to you with 3 options. Here they are. Not 1, 3. So instead of what should I do, you say, give me 3 options that you're considering. Now they have to think about it. So this helps with critical thinking. They have to weigh outcomes. This is what we want them to do. They start to build confidence in their own judgment. They don't realize it, but that's what's happening. You're not removing the support at all. You're just training them to think. And the third tool is simple, but it's the one most parents struggle with. And that's just let them go first. Let it go. I worked with a teen who was at the top of her class, but she couldn't order or couldn't even email her teacher. She couldn't speak up when something wasn't what felt off, not because she wasn't capable, but because she hadn't practiced. So this week, look for opportunities, parents, where your teen goes first. Let them ask the question. Let them then handle the interaction, and then let them feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's okay. This is how we grow, because that's where the confidence is built. And if we always step in as adults, they never step up. And we don't want that if they're transitioning, especially to college, and they're going to be on their own, out of state perhaps, or out of the city. If we always step in, they will never step up. Now I want you to picture your teen a few years from now. Close your eyes and picture them a few years from now in college, or maybe out of college, now transitioning to a job. No reminders, no stepping in, and no fixing the problem. Just them, right? And the question is, close your eyes. Do they feel overwhelmed, or do they think, I've got this, I can handle this? That belief doesn't come from grades or academics and performance at school. It comes from practicing these skills over and over in the small everyday moments. That's where you come in as a parent. You need to set those moments up. So this week, focus on 3 things. I'd like you to focus on just 3 things. 1 moment to pause and regulate. 1 decision where they bring you 3 options. And 1 situation where they have to go first. Because we're not just raising successful students. We're building confident, capable, emotionally fit humans. So if this resonated with you, I would love to have a conversation with you and a consult so that we can talk about helping them out in self-advocating skills or anything, task initiation. These are all big executive functioning skills, emotional regulation. A lot of times it comes along with something like ADHD. You may see it. So if you're noticing that you've tried these 3 strategies and tools and nothing is really giving, give us a call. We're happy to work with them. Sometimes I hear this all the time from parents. Usually somebody else needs to speak to them, and usually they hear another person. I think we all were like this when we were growing up, to be honest with you. I don't believe that, I even listened to my parents every single time and thought they were correct. Kids just don't do that. So instead of battling them and causing this battle at the kitchen table, let's say, give us a try and let us work with them to try to get them to see the light, let's say. And we are happy to have a free consultation. There's my email, info@dynamislearningacademy.com at the bottom of the screen, or you could text me at 770-282-9931. And we can set up a call with one of my 3 executive function coaches, the one that I feel might best meet the need of your child, after we have an initial phone call real quick. So, folks, this is all it takes. Try these 3 tools and strategies and start working on that and practicing it over and over, especially with a teen, anywhere from 9th through 12th grade. And throw in the 8th graders as well. The earlier you start these kind of techniques, the better. I'm even noticing that with small kids. Instead of asking them how their day went, you actually ask them some critical thinking questions, meaning open-ended questions. If you know their class routine and how the classes lay out for the day, you can say, oh, what did you do in reading class if that was their first class? Have them recall it and have them talk about it. And then you can ask a little bit more in-depth questions. And that kind of gets them starting to build this confidence we're talking about. And really a lot of executive functioning is that we want to build confidence in them, and so that they can be very successful teens going into college and into the real world when they're having to work and now they got their own apartment. They may be out of state again. Or out of the city, or this might be the first time they've gone out of state. Maybe they went to college in your own town, and now they've taken a job out of the state. So these are terrific life skills that every child needs to be successful, no doubt. And, if you would try those 3 tools I've mentioned, I think you will start to slowly see a difference in, having them do things, especially have them actually walk through a process with you of a problem that you're solving, and let them see you thinking the problem out and how you're resolving it. You see, a lot of times we don't share that with students and kids anymore. I think maybe parents have been told over the time, don't talk in front of your children, things like this. So they're not seeing thought process. Maybe have them resolve a problem for you. If you have a phone bill issue or some other issue that you need to call somewhere to resolve it, have them maybe start off the conversation and you kind of guide them along and have it on speakerphone. So I appreciate your time, and we are really enjoying these parent power sessions. And Crystal will be doing the third one, and she's going to be talking about emotional regulation. Katina did a terrific job. If you didn't catch that one, it's on my YouTube channel, Dynamis Learning. And she did it all about organization, especially time management, because that's one of the critical skills I see parents always complaining about. We have a lot of young people wanting to game, and so they lose a lot of time and then don't get their work done. So definitely catch that on my YouTube channel, and all three of these will be on the YouTube channel. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.